good evening, good morning, good night, you lovelies. It is the one, the only Cappy D Bar, and we are here to talk about One Piece. All right, chapter 1165. I fucking loved this chapter. This chapter is amazing. We have now had 5 back-to-back, arguably chapter of the year category chapters. This Oda's on an insane run. Okay, little spoiler: we do have a break next week, which is like boo-hoo. Like, pick yourself up. All right, it's not that fucking bad. But man, does this chapter deliver? This chapter delivers on every single front you can ask it to, and I'm so happy that we're even getting One Piece chapters, bro. I don't want to yap for too long, but this chapter, it has so much, and it's so dense, and it's so rich, and the story is just so compact with everything that we know with the One Piece universe. Okay, we're gonna start off right off the bat. All right. The cover story is Law laying on Beppo, all right, and they're taking a nap on Juice, all right. Now, small little thing, I dressed up as Law for Halloween, and it was kind of the exact same costume that Law had, or the exact same outfit, I should say, that Law had on the cover story. So that was pretty interesting. That was just pretty cool. You know, I guess I used my future sight on that one, right? But there's not a lot of takes I have on this. I mean, I hope that Law and Beppo are going to be involved in the story somewhere soon. You know, maybe the raid on Wano leads to Law coming back to the shore. Who knows, right? Who knows what's going on with Law and Kid right now? Kid's probably at the bottom of the ocean with Killer. You know, there's a lot of things happening. But Rox and Roger, they are going up against, but Roger and Garp, they're going up against Rox, and they are essentially the backdrop as we are getting the lore dump on the erasure of God Valley. God Valley was erased from the history books as a result of the calamity that it resulted in, right? This was not on the plan, the little national hunt, right? Or the biannually hunt. Like, this wasn't on the itinerary for this to happen. So as a result, this is what we're getting, and you know, the world government is reasonably terrified. They're furious, and they are ready to just kind of hightail out of here and scrub the records clean. We get some amazing panels. I mean, like, honestly, some jaw-dropping shit. Okay, we see Roger and Garp. They're going up against Rox, and you know, they drop their coats, and it's all right. I guess we just gotta form an alliance. Guess we just gotta have to bro up. Oh my god, it's so beautiful, bro. It's so beautiful. There's some really sad moments, like Rox is going up against Roger, and Roger's like, there's a way we can do this, right? Like, there's a way we can, you know, wake him up, right? Wake up. Like, oh man, it's like they're trying their best to just salvage whatever they can from Rox, and they effectively can't, because Rox is cooked, right? Oh man, it's so fucking sad. All right, we see the full disbandment of the Rox Pirates. Wang Ji, I think that's his name. Oh no, Ganzui snaps at Stussy for, you know, asking where Whitebeard is. Whitebeard finds Polo, which is Marco's father, so you know, he's fully disbanded. Kaido and Big Mom, they have a big tiff. So the Rox Pirates are no more. Right? Shiki says it himself. It's pretty sad. It's pretty sad, because I think a lot of us can say as readers, we really enjoy the Rox Pirates. So for this to be their finale, you know, it's lore, you know, and it's fitting, and it's in the timeline. Fuck is it sad, man. Fuck is it sad, all right? I would have loved to see a little bit more camaraderie for these guys, man. But, you know, it is what it is, right? The Pirates Code of Honor, right? We see that Dragon, he snaps. He just full-on snaps on his Marine commander, and he says, we're going to bring every survivor that is left on that island on this ship, and if any one of you have a problem with that, I'll execute you on the spot. I don't care anymore. And it's some real baller shit from Dragon, and honestly, bro, I like it. I really like this, because now this is giving Dragon a little fucking backbone. This is the first Dragon feat we have, all right? Let's even say it was a vice admiral, right? Dragon overpowered a vice admiral, disarmed him, and then tapped the metal to his chest and asked him, is he really like that? I like this, and I'm all for it, okay? Dragon is rising in his stocks. Hopefully, you know, within the next couple of maybe I don't know, dozens of chapters, we'll see a dragon fighting feat, you know, hypothetically, that's still on the table. But again, we're talking 24 chapters down the line. So, you know, let's keep our fingers crossed for that one. I really enjoyed also Emu's escape through Saturn. You know, it's kind of like how he appeared on Egghead, you know, just kind of makeshifting his way through Saturn's body. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And he says that this island never existed. And honestly, I don't mean to spoil too much, but I don't even think that they needed the fucking, I don't even think that they needed Uranus. I really do think that they just used Uranus, right? Whenever they used, like, I think they used Uranus one time, whenever they used it, maybe on Leloucha, and that was the covering, right? Because nobody's gonna go back to this island, right? Like, there's no way if you're a normal pirate and you see the emu and you see rocks and you see all this crazy and you see dead civilians, like, no one's going back to, it's not a tourist location, right? So if hypothetically they just raised the oceans just 1 year or 2 years after God Valley from, you know, some Leloucha like G-side, I don't know if I could say the actual word on here. Who's monetizing me? We're not going to talk about that, right? But if they do commit something like that on a Leloucha just a couple of days or a couple of years after God Valley, and the sea levels raise a little bit, I mean, who's to say that all of God Valley shores, that is effectively by the end of this chapter left in rubble, right? Who's to say that that doesn't just essentially get just washed into the just doesn't get covered by the ocean in totality, right? A small little thought on that. But as Rox is kind of just you know, but as Roger and Garp are trying to gain their bearings, you know, they tell each other that the only way that they can pierce Rox's Conqueror's Haki, that is countering their Conqueror's Haki, is to put tons of mass into it. Now, I'm assuming that they mean like this is a kind of like Rio. I'm assuming that they're kind of alluding to a kind of Rio. That's the only thing I can kind of bring this kind of idea into, like, oh, you have to put a lot of mass into it. But I guess Rio's more flow. I don't really know what they mean by this, to be honest. But I mean, maybe it's a new style of hockey that Oda's introducing to us. It sounds very, very familiar, though, to be honest with y'all. We see that Rayleigh and Gabon, they were running. We see that Rayleigh and Gabon are running back towards Roger, you know, being that Roger and Garp said, hey, you know, worst case scenario, just leave us. Like, leave us, we'll get back to you, just figure it out, and we'll be on our way, right? Rayleigh and Gabon, you know, they don't really attest to that too much, so they dash out, and we see that Rayleigh is, and we see that Rox is, and we see that Roger calls Garp a monster in a battle of attrition, meaning that there is no viable way to actually get through to Roger. There's no actual viable way to get through to Rox logically, even though he has the voice of all things. And there is also no way to get through to him physically, meaning you cannot just knock somebody out of a Dami Reversi. You have to finish the job, something that Luffy religiously doesn't do. So we might see something interesting from Luffy, and we might see something interesting from Luffy, or maybe even something with the other Straw Hats very soon in the future. I would like it if that was kind of like a moral stance for Luffy. Like, Sanji's like, hey, hey, they were Dami reversed and I didn't have any other option. So yeah, I took their head off. What did you want from me, Luffy? And Luffy's like, no, like, that's not our way. That's not how we do things. I don't know. It'll be kind of interesting, but I think canonically Luffy has like at least drowned. And like, Luffy has done like lots of damage where it's like, okay, brother, somebody died from this. I don't know who. Somebody died from this massive attack. Kaido and Big Mom are literally sitting in lava right now. Well, Kaido's probably fine because he's a dragon. All right, listen, we're getting off topic. Rox apologizes for his resilience, right? Saying like, hey, I'm really sorry. I know that this is tough and I can feel your frustration, right? And it's so fucking sad, man. We can almost see like Roger like wiping away his tears, right? And I don't know, maybe like wiping his eyes like for focus or something, but he says like, hey, Rox, I don't even know if you could understand me. I don't know if there's anything I can tell you to even bring you comfort, but I'll tell you one thing. This is no time for crying, you fucking dolt. I love that Oda put that in there, because I also say dolt, so it's just kind of interesting. Roger and Garp hit 2 brand new attacks in the series. All right, Roger hits God of Fire, Ace, and Garp hits Infinitum, Explosion. Now, I do not know what Infinitum means, but I will look it up and I will put it in a cute little box in this video. So, you can do the research yourself, all right? And this ends up taking out Rox officially. It is really, really sad, man. Throughout this entire fight, Rox is like tearing, like just he's bawling like a baby, bro. And it's like it really does seem like there's some level of sentience in Rox, just due to maybe his Conqueror's Haki, or maybe his Davy lineage, just connection with the history of the Dami Reversi. But oh man, it's heartbreaking, man. It is really, really fucking heartbreaking. And this is the definitive end of Rox. This was Rox's entire career, and it even it even says that, even in Rox's death, he sent echoes throughout the world. And that is just so powerful. It is so insanely inspirational for the other pirates in this generation, right? It says that his death and his presence simply brought chaos to an entire era, all right? Not only was Rox, Garp, Whitebeard, Big Mom, and Kaido directly affected by Rox, but everyone as a result of God Valley in the pirate world was affected by God Valley, and there is no God Valley without Rox. Ah, man, what a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful chapter. This is a fitting end to Rox, and I think that Oda is just, he's making just masterpieces here. Again, there is a break next week, but we're not going to get greedy, all right? I might even do maybe even like a what-if theory craft on One Piece, because the amount of material that we're getting from these guys, the amount of material that we're getting from Oda, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And, the anime is taking seasonal breaks, so reasonably, we're not going to be getting this exact chapter maybe till about 2 years out from right now, but letting all of you know right now, it'll be more than worth it. All right, so as I always say, y'all stay tuned, y'all stay safe, y'all stay beautiful. Peace.